Hi everyone, I want to bring you a guide for probably the fastest build you have ever seen. This is the Evade Spiritborn. I've been playing this all day yesterday, so on day one in the expansion launch I went all the way to a Paragon 215 on hardcore with this build. It is incredibly fast because you have only evade to spam and it moves you forward while killing everything. It is very strong, actually stronger than I had anticipated. This is something that I showed off briefly when the embargo lifted for the early access, and this was something that I wanted to come back to later after, like, for example, blasting with Quill Volley for a little while. But it turns out I kind of like got the pieces for this and I started blasting, and it's actually insanely good, much better than I had anticipated. So we also made a full maxer guide for you guys, so you can go check that out. It is probably like the overall best farming build right now. I have not seen anyone who's even like remotely close to my pace with this build, and I think a lot of people really enjoy this. So the people that were on my stream, I made a planner for them already, and a lot of people are blasting and having a good time with this. Effectively, you just spam evade, and then your primary eagle spirit hole feathers will kill everything because they trigger when you evade, and you see like this is kind of like this machine gun that shoots out in front of you. You see these little storm feathers, and they auto target enemies as well, so you can also like dance around a boss, for example, by just spamming evade all the time and it will die. And there's only one requirement for this build, which is the Seppa Zontek unique quarterstaff. This drops from Andariel and Duriel, and as soon as you get that, you don't need anything else, you don't need any good rolls or anything like that. You just equip that thing and you can play the build. Now, when I started this build, I realized pretty quickly that just spamming evade is actually, very tiresome. So what I did is I rebound my evade to my mouse wheel, and I have like a Logitech G502 here. Hashtag not sponsored, but it's a very good mouse, and it has like a free spinning wheel like this. And this allows you to very easily trigger your evade all the time, basically. So this is what I was doing, at least. I'm sure there's other ways. I guess technically you could also macro your evade or something like that, but I do not recommend this because Monka TOS. So not very terms of service friendly with Blizzard, but I guess some people might do that. In any case though, this is pretty much about it for the gameplay of this build. There is like some other little things. So for example, you see I only have 5 skills on my bar. I have my Thunder Spike on the bar, but you don't actually press it. It just has to be on the bar for this combo to work. And the reason why this works is because Thunder Spike has a built-in evade cooldown reset. It says on every third attack, you reset your evade cooldown by 5 seconds. The base cooldown of evade is 5 seconds, so it basically reset it entirely. And Thunder Spike can be auto-casted from evading. So you see here there's these big lines that come out all the time. That's the Thunder Spike when I evade. And like this, with the Seppa Zontek, I always get a third hit when I evade automatically, and that third hit then automatically resets the evade you had just spent. And like this, you have infinite evade. In fact, this is so fast that actually outdoors, when there's like Helltides or Whispers, or whenever I go even do a side quest, I actually do not go on my horse. I go and evade there, and I basically just scroll my mouse wheel as much as possible. There's a few other buttons you can press here. You can see this, for example. I have Armored Hide. That's like a really good defensive tool here in this build. And in that case, I also get, for example, Unyielding Hits proc. This is a very important damage aspect for many Spiritborn builds. A build like this that is not based on a skill has not that many really good aspects to choose from. So I really want to stack that armor and try to use that. And then we also have counterattack on the bar that you can press sometimes with a 100% dodge. Most of the time it's kind of there passively, gives you a bit of dodge and crit damage. We have Soar that I use for what you just saw, for example, just like going down or up a cliff or so. I use it like once every 5 minutes maybe, but it's there. You can throw in something like Scourge to get a bit of extra damage, for example. There's a few variations you could make with a build, but I try to make this as comfy as possible. And then you see here our ultimate is the Hunter. And the Hunter just gives us extra damage, especially against low HP enemies. It allows us to jump also over walls and these kind of things. And I also use it to, for example, reset my Armored Hide cooldown. So I use the Intricacy passive where I press Armored Hide, then I press the Hunter, and then I get 3 uses of Armored Hide again for free. And like this, I can keep that buff up pretty much permanently or very close to that. In any case, I need to go back to racing. This is just a quick short guide I wanted to make for you guys. So we have the Maxor guide here to also check out. This is written by Bob. I've been discussing this with him, and he already pumped out a guide here. So you can go check this out. This has also like, you know, starter variant and so on. And seems really solid. I will link this guide in the description so you can go check it out. And otherwise, hope you like this. I wish you good luck with the Spiritborn. Let's see how long this actually lasts, because while it is not really bugged, it definitely seems quite overtuned. So maybe there's also a bit of an oversight of this combo potential from the developers, but it turns out it's actually just very strong and very fast. Like, I have not really seen anything like this. There are some builds that can get kind of close to this, especially like late game Sorgs, I think, will probably get to the point where they might beat this in terms of speed. But yeah, otherwise it's just like, it just works. That's the crazy part. So you just need one item, and at any level, even at level 30, if you find Cybersonic, you can play this. So this is really the crazy part about this. So I hope you enjoyed this little guide, and I'll see you guys next time.